When somebody opened up their model, a dialog box like this would open up to make a user pick a work set. Because, as you know, people launch Revit, they go in their model, whatever work set's active, they start drawing on it, right? Placing objects, whatever. Internally, which is, we modified this a little differently internally since this presentation was created. We added a Do Not Show Again button, but we also added a button on a ribbon as a toggle to show it again, so you can re-see it again. But anyway, the idea is that the value of this particular tool is to remind users to activate the correct work set, prevent extra work from reassigning objects, and having cleaner models. And this tool is only going to use one event, which is just document opened. So when a document completely opens, this event will fire and show this dialog box. So this is a pretty simple first one to go through. These are the add-in files I showed you earlier for this class, by the way. If you notice, I have EX after them so they don't actually fire. So I'm going to, first one is actually this one here. So let me get rid of that .ex so that it works. And this is just a text file, by the way. These add-in files, just so you know, if you don't know that already, that's all it is. And all it does is point to the DLL that's going to run the code, and it has to have some other fun stuff in there, like a GUID. But it's not a complicated file. It's very simple. And again, it'll be in the GitHub account too. So let me go into that example here. So I'm going to run this. I'm going to debug this tool right now in Revit. So I'll start debugging. I'm going to launch Revit. When it starts to launch Revit, I'm using what's called an application add-in. There's two types of add-ins, which I would actually discuss later, but application runs typically when Revit starts and Revit stops. So, and also there's two built-in events in an application, when Revit starts up and also when Revit closes. So you can see so Revit's starting up right now, so it's stopped at this particular breakpoint. And I'm going to just initialize or register this one event. And that's really all it is. This is just a method you define, and then down here is the method. So if I continue or hit F11 to pass that, I'll keep loading Revit. And I'll open up a simple file I have. This guy here is good. I should have closed Teams. So when a model opens and it's completely open, it actually stopped right there. It didn't stop at the breakpoint, but it stopped at this event method, which is what I registered. So this is an event. So this is the method that's going to run. So if I set to this code, first I'm checking if it's a family, which it's not. So I'm not going to stop it. Is it a work shared model? True. Okay. I keep going, and then basically open a dialog box. And I show all the work sets that are in this model. The top one is the active work set, and then the idea is that the user needs to either, if I hit enter or if I double click a work set, it'll just make it active. It's that simple. So let's say I move this over here for a second and I double click on furniture. It goes into that form I created, and it's just going to go through all the user created work sets to find the one that I picked and make it active. That's all it's going to do. But it's a very simple first example to show you. So, and once it finishes, and that's it. Yep, I mean, furniture is now the active work set. So it's that simple. It's just use that one event, and that's all you have to do to register it, and that's one statement. And then that's a pretty simple example. Then once I close Revit, first thing it's going to do is go back into here. It's not going to let me do it. Okay, I did, okay. I went to do on shutdown. It doesn't normally do that. It might be because I'm wireless, but the idea is that on shutdown, this is an application, so there's a shutdown, Revit shutdown event. You have to unregister the event. And the only difference between registering an event and unregistering an event is just the minus equals here and the plus equals here. That's it.